tell Asian and Asian American parents that their anger is inappropriate, or that art somehow trumps the validity of their feelings and their feelings about what this is meant for the community, is an indicator of how deeply socialized white supremacy is within us, I think.
Who said that? Who are you talking about?
I don't want to call people out.
But have people talked about that anger being inappropriate?
That's the impression that I've gotten.
From where?
I don't feel comfortable saying that, and maybe I'm mistaken, but that's the impression that I've gotten, and I think that people have felt like their anger has been challenged as inappropriate. So I think so much of that socialization too is in cultural and artistic representations of our world, including shows like Thoroughly Modern Millie, and shows that might be far more toward the center of this kind of blurred line of whether or not it's appropriate. And I know that theater thinks of itself as a professional company, and that's great, but that doesn't mean that because there are Broadway shows that are more deeply racist, whatever that means, than Thoroughly Modern Millie, that it's okay to do Thoroughly Modern Millie, or any show that is maybe only could be perceived as racist in this kind of ambiguous way, then it's still not okay. And I was concerned about the letter that went out that said, we know for some this will still not be enough. Because I think that if for some in our community this isn't enough, then it shouldn't be enough for Newton North, and it shouldn't be enough for Theater Inc. And I was really concerned about that. And I also want to highlight that this goes beyond the musical, and I think there's a huge problem in the casting, and the fact that there was a white student, and I know Ezra he's a great actor, but that doesn't mean that it's okay for him to be cast in the role of an Asian man. Especially, nothing that went out talked about the history of yellowface. And I know that Theater Inc. also cares so much about opportunity in casting. So what does it mean when the only roles for Asians, and this goes back, when we did Anything Goes too, and I know there were some changes made there, when the only roles for Asian students are these really stereotypical, demeaning, hurtful things. What does that say? And then what does it say when Asian students aren't even given the chance to be in those